This is Dr. J. Welcome to Thesising 101, where you will question your entire belief system. In this series, we cover tips and tricks to help you on your research journey. In today's lesson, we are continuing our academic writing series with a special focus on the building blocks of arguments. If you are interested and you would like to see more videos like this, please give this a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's get right into it. Academic writing requires you to ensure every statement you make is backed up with evidence to motivate your argument. According to Toulmin, there are three primary parts of an argument. First, the claim. This is the thing you want to convince your reader of. In this example, your claim is that there are cats close to your house. The second primary part of an argument is the evidence. This is telling your reader why you think your claim is valid. In this example, you believe that there are cats close to your house because you can hear meowing noises. Now, in order for you to have made the connection between a sound that you heard and the belief that there is a specific type of animal close by, you need something to connect the two. This connector we call a warrant. Think of it as an assumption. In this instance, the warrant is that cats are animals that meow. So if you heard a sound that you can identify as meowing, and cats are animals that meow, then yeah, it gives validity to your claim. Now let's focus on the secondary parts of an argument. Let's start with the backing. The backing is additional support for the warrant. It is not considered direct evidence, but can strengthen why you would make the claim. Your neighbor David has cats. You are hearing cat noises. It may not even be David's cats that you're hearing, but knowing that David has cats strengthens your belief that there are cats close by. Let's move on to the fifth element. There may be times when your claim may not be true in all circumstances. This is when we introduce qualifiers. In this example, you say, I know that David has cats. I heard the meowing of the cats. Therefore, chances are that there are cats nearby. The last part of an argument is a rebuttal. A rebuttal is you acknowledging that there may be another perspective that can be valid in your argument. For instance, you have another neighbor called Carol. Carol has a parrot. This parrot likes to mimic cats, but it only does it when Carol asks him to. When you make a claim, you're already showing the reader your position on the subject. So mentioning the parrot is letting the reader know that you have considered alternatives, but based on everything that you have thought about, this is the claim you wish to make. So you may ask, if academic writing requires me to make statements, why would I even think of putting rebuttals and qualifiers into the mix? Wouldn't that make my reader think I don't believe in my own statement? The answer is by including qualifiers and rebuttals, you build stronger arguments because the reader can see that you think about other perspectives and you are addressing biases that you may have. Having an open mind is a key attribute to a good researcher. Now let's look at an example in an academic setting. In this example, you are a researcher that is trying to convince your supervisor that you have found a gap in literature. Your claim is, my study will be focused on the impact of fairy tales on gender roles because this has not been addressed in any published work. Your evidence is a number of key papers on the subject explicitly stated in their future research section that this is a gap. Between the evidence and the claim, there must be an assumption, which is the warrant. Your assumption here is that the future research section of papers is designed for existing authors to highlight the limitations of their own studies and also to point out gaps in literature. Realistically speaking, having that implied warrant or assumption is not enough to make an argument like this, because how can you be sure that those gaps listed in the key papers are still gaps? So your backing could be that you have read 100 papers on the subject and you couldn't find any other literature that addressed that specific gap. Since you haven't read every single paper that has been written on the subject, you are making an educated guess about the gap. You are saying that everything considered, chances are that this is a valid gap. Of course, you are aware that not all research are published because they are still underway or under review. So you acknowledge that this gap may be addressed in unpublished work, but your claim remains that this is a gap that is in current literature. In summary, every claim you make must be backed up with evidence. And you will strengthen your arguments if you consider other perspectives. That concludes our lesson on the building blocks of arguments. Our next lesson is focused on how to build arguments in paragraph form with these building blocks. Thank you for watching. Let me know what other topics you would like me to cover. Signing off.